Yes, people, welcome back to Albert Talks Podcast, episode 5. Let's kick in the intro. Yes, people, welcome back to Albert J TV, episode 5 of Albert Talks Podcast. As you can see, I am not alone. We're waiting on one more guest. Hopefully, he will come on shortly. But with further ado, before I get into introducing my homies, my gooners, my fellow brothers, you guys should know the drill by now. And there you have it. So, guys, further ado, firstly, on the welcome back, RJ Wills. Thank you once again, my bro. How are you doing? Where can people find you?
I'm doing all right. Living life, living life in the level.
Yeah, cool.
On Twitter at RJ Wills, and of course, my channel is Ryan Williams AFC. Doing more uploads. So, guys, support the channel. Help me out.
Thank you. No, I appreciate you coming in again, bro. Thank you again.
Anytime,
My
man.
guy,
Anytime.
yeah, of course, man. Appreciate it. Support the community, man. So subscribe to Ryan's channel and follow him on his social media. And I've got my boy Lewis again. Good to see you again, man. Happy New Year to both of you, of course. I've not heard from you in quite a while. But Lewis, where can the guys find you and how have you been, my friend?
I've been all right. It's been a good couple of weeks. I'm a firm believer of Santa now. Because of recent results. It's been good, man. It's been good. At this time, I put my Twitter handle down at the bottom there, and I'm usually on Instagram, Bluegram04, and Facebook.
Brilliant. Nah, cheers. Thanks again, guys, for coming on. Guys, for my Instagram crowd, I will upload this live stream on IGTV on my Instagram because I know there are two different types of people on social media, Twitter and Instagram, not necessarily both. So further ado, let's get into a few things, guys, my fellow gooners. So yeah, yesterday's game. I remember I said after the international break and before the Leeds game, if this form continues, Arteta will be lucky to make it to the new year. And as you guys know, he has. So yeah, moving on to sort of yesterday's game. I'm going to start with Ryan. What did you make of the team lineup? Were there any surprises, and was you happy with it?
I'm gonna be bold and say no. I wasn't surprised. Like I did it in my preview on my channel. I actually picked the exact same team. Only left out Martinelli due to the fact that we can't be taking any risks because the guys just come back, played quite a lot of football just to come back, and I felt it's only right we take him out. Bringing in Aubameyang, I mean, he needs all the confidence he can get right now. Do you know what I mean? And I mean, it's just a perfect blend having the likes of Saka and Smith Rowe, who's been the major difference, as well as Pablo Mari. I mean, he's been looking all right.
Solid.
Looking all right. Well,
yeah,
that's what I have to say about the starting lineup. I mean, I wasn't surprised because obviously I picked the same team, but I'm happy that. But it's just we need to build. That's all it is.
Yeah, I want to add further to that, Ryan. Add a bit further more to that. And what did you make of the team performance? We'll come on to individuals in a bit, but you can talk about them anyway. But what did you make of the general team performance, mate?
Well, in terms of the performance, I have to say I was absolutely shocked because, looking at the Leeds game when they played West Brom, I thought we need to do something like that. But nah, never. Because I thought we'd go and I thought we'd win, but not like that, and not in the manner we've done it. I thought we'd win about 2-0, 2-1. I said 2-1 in my preview. But in the manner we've done it, the way we started, start to finish, we saw a bit of the Arsenal that we know in terms of inconsistencies and not concentrating enough.
Of course.
but there wasn't enough of that in the game to say, yeah, we're gonna let West Brom come back in this game. I was so happy with that performance because it was progressive. We saw bits and scenes of the old Arsenal, the quick 1-2s, the plays, and I mean the goals. For me, the goals were absolutely great. I mean, more so two of them, but it's just the teamwork, the camaraderie. I can never really say that word, but everything was just.
Well, we know what you meant. It's right.
Yeah, it was cool. But that's it. I just felt it was great to see the team play properly and as a unit. So I was very happy. Probably only one person in the whole squad yesterday was below par. That's about it. I mean, other than that, and he didn't really cause any mistakes other than not shooting the goal. But other than that, I was impressed with everybody. And again, why are certain men not listen? I don't care. I'm starting a campaign. Tierney for captain. #. I'm starting this new campaign.
We're gonna come on to him. Yeah, we're definitely gonna come on to him because I've got a lot to say about my Scottish brother, man. But Lewis, coming to you, my friend. What I asked to Ryan, guys, thank you to drop your comments and questions in below. I will incorporate them into the live podcast. Lewis, what did you make of the team lineup, mate? Any surprises for you? And what did you make of the team performance, mate?
Considering that we've had quite a few games in the short succession, there was always going to be like one or two changes. I don't think Arteta wanted to change it up too much because, you can see from when we beat Chelsea last week, there's been a real good progression.
Yeah.
I had a feeling that El Nene was going to come out of the team due to the fact that, when you're playing teams like West Brom, you need somebody on the ball that can just move it a bit quicker. I find with El Nene, he passes a little bit too sideways. He's too safe.
Yeah.
Other than that, it was pretty much spot on. I think Arteta has awarded those players that have played well over the last 3 games, 2-3 games, with a starting spot.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I'm going to sort of give you my thoughts, and then we're going to move on to certain players I want to talk about. Guys, if you're watching, smash the like button straight away. Obviously helps the views of the channel, and subscribe to the channel and follow my esteemed gooners on their social media, as you can see on the screen right now. My thoughts of the team lineup. I was obviously happy with. I've said for quite a while, I don't mind him playing 3 at the back. It's not an issue. I just think you apply that to certain games, but I want to see more of a flat back 4 because I think it helps Kieran Tierney in terms of helping his attacking outlet. And what I did like, and Ryan, I agree with you about Martinelli. I mean, we need to be a bit more careful. I wasn't surprised to see him not start yesterday. I know there was a bit of grumbles on our beloved social media, but like, let's just relax and calm down. This guy's had a long-term injury. He's been out for a long time, so we need to manage him well. But yeah, 2 changes. Not surprised. Again, Lewis made a good point with El Nene, so Ceballos comes in. The midfield, I'm not going to sit here and lie to you, still does concern me in the central areas, because I think through the course of the season, it's gonna crop up again, unfortunately. But I like the fact that I said before, in terms of, I'm going to come on to the particular player, with Saka on the other side and Kieran Tierney on the opposite side, it gives us a better balance from both sides of the pitch in attacking wide areas, which was completely evident to see. Yes, West Brom are a poor side. Let's make no bones about it. But one, you can only beat what's in front of you. I actually, prediction-wise, I didn't make it really public knowledge, but I actually went for an Arsenal 1-0 before the game, just because of maybe being a little bit cautious, for the simple fact that we've been served up so many indifferent performances with Arsenal this season that it was a bit difficult to pinpoint more us scoring more than 2 goals when we struggled to do that for the last couple of months. Let's be honest. But yeah, I'm going to come on to certain players. The first one I want to come on to is this amazing young man. I've heard he's been called the Croydon De Bruyne. I'm gonna call him the Croydon. I'm gonna call him the
Oh,
Croydon,
good.
Jack Grealish. Emil Smith Rowe. Lewis, I'm gonna come to you first, mate. What's your thoughts on him? And in particular, what have you made of him, his performances in the last 3 Premier League games?
To be honest, when I very first saw him play, which was I think it was last season
Yeah,
or the season before under Unai Emery, I wasn't actually that impressed. He was getting pushed off the ball, bumped off the ball. He couldn't really get going. And then
yeah,
he needed that loan. He got that injury, and then he got the loan to, I think it was Huddersfield. And I think
yes,
that loan has done him the wonders, being in the Championship, playing against, that standard of football toughens you up.
yeah, a
And
lot of
he's
games.
come back. He's come back, and he's taken his chance with both hands. He links the play up so neatly.
Yeah,
His vision is so good,
mm,
and the fact that he's getting assists, he's just a wonderful, wonderful player to watch. And I'm really, really excited to see how he develops in this current Arsenal side.
yeah, 100%. Yeah, good thoughts, man. But Ryan, before I come to you, I want to give my little 2 pennies on Croydon Jack Grealish. You know what it is? I'll be honest with you, like, I mean, there's been a lot of clamour for this guy. I've spoken to a lot of guys, not necessarily people that have got YouTube channels, but just Arsenal fans. Some of them wanted this guy in a team for a long time. But what I like about him, obviously, you got somebody that looks forward and likes to be progressive. That's the first thing. Some of the interchange with him and Saka and the reverse passes, the pockets of space, the 1-2s, the give and goes. That's what we need. We've not had that. There's not been anybody that links the attack to the midfield a bit quickly. No one that goes beyond the actual strikers. It's no coincidence Lacazette's had his best 2 sort of performances in an Arsenal shirt for a long time, with him playing as a sole striker and having 3 people behind him. And what I like about Emil Smith Rowe as well is that he's even he even has his socks like Jack Grealish as well. That wins it for me already. But yeah, he just the second goal, guys. I mean, flipping hell, man, what a goal! I don't care who you're playing against. Brilliant. And one thing I was always taught as a kid playing football, man: 1 touch, 2 touch football, and the ball moves quicker than you and the opposition. Facts. So yeah, I'm happy with this guy, man. Seriously, he's put in some of these experienced boys, Pepe and William, to shame, and they should be ashamed. But yeah, Ryan, come to you. What's your thoughts on our gem, man, Emil Smith Rowe?
I mean, what more can you say about the kid? The kid,
Yeah,
for me, looks fantastic. And, I'll pick up on Lewis's point about the loan moves. And I understand why you're saying about he looks a bit weak in X, Y, and Z. I mean, he hasn't really had many chances due to injuries. And I felt some of the managers kind of slept on him anyways. And even going back to a previous loan move at Leipzig, he didn't even get to finish that off because he got injured during that. So, we need to really protect him because, as you've seen in the last couple of games he's played in, he's been absolutely amazing. I mean, he doesn't. This is the thing. I don't really want us to give him the how can I put this? Don't overwrite him, overhype him. Let the boy play his football because we did the same with Bukayo Saka. Look at Bukayo Saka right now. He's looking absolutely tremendous as a player. And, we see that. And this is the thing. This is why I always say don't gas these young ones up. Say when Martinelli, when he's coming up, everyone's like, oh, we can't wait for Martinelli to come back. Allow the kid. Don't put too much pressure on the kid. But it shows how desperate we are as a fan base that the youngsters who are hungry, show desire, are passionate, X, Y, and Z, all those traits that we want our senior players to have, the youngsters are putting them to shame. And then Emil Smith Rowe doesn't even do that much, but he does enough to warrant the progression, the passing, the movement, going into the pockets, going into these spaces, and creating the opportunities for the rest of our players to move. Do you know what I'm saying? Which we've been saying Saka can't do it on his own. Martinelli and Smith Rowe come in as, his teammates. I can't even say teammates, like squad, like the Avengers and shit.
Yeah.
I'm not saying they're the
Yeah.
Avengers. But someone else has said that about. Someone else has said that about their team. Innit? I'm not saying shit.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm just saying this. I'm just saying, look, he's come in and he's made it even more better. He's just spread it out. The opposition don't know what to do because now they got on Mark Saka. They're already thinking about Aubameyang or Martinelli and now Lacazette. So all the forward line takes care of themselves now because of this little guy. And I'm happy people calling him the Croydon De Bruyne. Croydon's only up the road for me, so it's fine. Makes me more happy. But yeah, regardless, I think he's just been a breath of fresh air, and we needed something like that. And it's a shame he wasn't as fit and healthy as he's been in the last few weeks. If he was, I don't know, about a few months back, you know, because let's be honest, he was injured. And I see a lot of people forgetting that.
Yeah.
You know, and maybe, you know, he could have came in, but yeah, for me, the likes of Willian, you heard me already speak about Pepe Albert. Do you know what I mean? Like how I'm not really much of a fan. Kesh knows as well. Kesh has got me on that train anyways. He's the conductor. I'm just there giving out the tickets to anyone who wants to join us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He said he's a street footballer. He's played in the streets.
He is a street footballer. Like I said to you, man, just go back and watch Olympiacos and Pepe trying to man up in the corner, and we need like a goal in the next 3 minutes or we're out. And look what happened. But yeah, anyways, Smith Rowe, good talent. Let's just stay level-headed about him. Bring someone in to give him some competition and try to elevate him onto the next part of his game. Mini Grealish. Hashtag. No, I'm joking. Let's not guess him. I'm joking.
It's exciting. Yeah. You know what it is? It's because obviously the way Arsenal been playing, it's actually nice to actually do some content or do a live stream where we've actually won a couple of games. There's a little bit of momentum because it's just been bleak, man. Like it's not been good to talk about them, to be honest with you. And you're sort of running out of things to say, to criticize them or to curse them. So it's nice to actually come on and do some content where we could talk about some of the bright sparks that are actually helping this team and putting some of the senior players to shame. So that leads me on to the next guy I want to talk about, you guys. I'm going to start off with this guy, Bukayo Saka. Now, we know this guy's not unknown already.
Bala.
One thing I said about him, I love him to pieces, Lewis, mate. One thing I said in terms of his future at Arsenal, or where I think I would like to see him play personally, is where he's playing now, on the right for free. Because we all know Saka's left-footed, right? But even if you're a player that's right foot, left-footed, there's times in a game where you have to use your other foot. If you look at the Arsenal third goal, Saka's work on the right, putting across with his right foot. I don't know what Shemi Ajayi was doing. Blood, he's a fellow Nigerian, but I can't allow him for that terrible period.
We need to talk about that.
But no, you have to be prepared to use your other foot, which drives me mad about Nicolas Pepe. But we'll come back to Saka anyway. Brave, takes on players, makes things happen. I think he should have a lot more goals than he scored this season, to be honest with you, if it wasn't for his finishing. Just a godsend of a footballer, and you know, it takes responsibility. And like I said, the second goal, for Christ's sake, man, what a goal. But he's just been a breath of fresh air. And yeah, I'm gonna bring in Lewis. Generally, what do you think of Bukayo Saka and performance yesterday, and also where he's been playing recently? Is that where you see him, or do you see him in another position in the team?
You know, with players like Bukayo Saka, they're just natural footballers with great footballing IQs. And it doesn't matter where you put him in the team, he's going to give it 150%. He just looks so natural.
Yeah.
And for me, he can play wherever he wants apart from in goal and central defense. Like, he's that good. You can put him anywhere along the front, behind the striker, in the front, behind the striker, in any of those positions, and you're going to get that, because there was a game last season where he played a little bit more centrally. I think it was Sheffield United, and he's just twined them up and just started the move off from there, and we scored from it. You put him out on the left, he does the same as what he does on the right. So for me, it's about where Arteta feels that he's going to get the most out of him.
Yeah.
The goals will come.
Yeah.
You know, he the goals will come, but for me, the just the way he's come in and he said, you know what, nobody wants this spot. I'm gonna take it and make it my own. That's what I love about him, and he's just so humble with it. I get excited when I watch him play. I genuinely get excited.
Yeah.
One of the very few Arsenal players in this current side that I'm like, when he picks up the ball, I'm just like, boom, like he's gonna do something. And the fact that he's getting taken out just shows you how well he's actually playing and how much of a danger he is for Arsenal right now.
Yeah, 100%. You're right. Look, I can't disagree. Look, I love even hearing him talk when he's interviewed. I just love him. He's not just a Nigerian thing. I love him. He's just brilliant. He's a brilliant footballer. He is. He does even the games he doesn't play well, Lewis. Like, I didn't think he was okay against Brighton. I thought he was all right. I didn't think he's fantastic, but he made something happen, man. The goal came from him. On the right hand side, taking players on when he roasted Webster, left the man for toast. And then
that's when you know you've got.
That's
when you know you've got. That's when you know you've got a star on your hands. Like it's like Eden Hazard. He can be out of a game. And I'm not comparing the two. I'm just using 100%. Him as an example because there's many times where Chelsea at that time when he was there were out of games. He just needed that one moment to do something. He would either score or he would find a way to make the goal, and that's what Bukayo Saka is starting to do for us. He just keeps the team ticking, and along with his link up with Emil, and the hell, it's just like they've been playing for years. You know, it's like they're playing on the block, just having fun. That's what I see when I see them two linking up, the little 1-2 touch plays. It's just like they're out on the block playing football together, having fun, and that's what you want, you know. And then that lifts the rest of the team to say, "Oh, do you know what? They're having a bit of fun. Let me join in. Let me start putting in a shift," and then it just spreads throughout the rest of the squad. So I'm really happy with the way he's developed.
Yeah, no, brilliant, Lewis. Great points, man. Yeah, he does. He does bring. He is one of the first names I look at for the team sheet. I've got to be honest. I mean, sod the rest of them. If I'm being frank, I'm obviously Kieran Tierney, but yeah, Ryan, come to you, mate. Yeah, talk to me. Bukayo Saka.
Boy, listen, thank you. That's all I can say. Praise the Lord. Thank you. We have someone from the youth system that's just come out an actual talent, and it's crazy because you know, for someone that always kind of looks in the youth system here and there, you know, you gotta have your little looks to see who could potentially sneak in. I mean, Saka wasn't really one of those players making a lot of noise a number of years ago, and then all of a sudden, he's just emerged as this cool, calm, collective, talented youngster, man. I mean, I forget youngster. He's a man now, man. He's definitely becoming a man now because for crying out loud, we've been seeing it under Emery. We've been seeing it, you know, spells when Lombard was there, and then again, even with Arteta, like he just picks up this team on his back, like Aubameyang last season, because it's like Aubameyang was at the front, Saka was holding the back and say, "Listen, when you fall off, I'ma take the steer," and that's what he's doing.
Yeah.
All right. And this is the thing. You're talking about the Brighton game. Forget that. Let's go back to Southampton because that when he sorted that out and just got past Walcott and I can't remember who the other defender was, and actually made something out of nothing.
Yeah.
And Eddie put the flick. Do you know what I mean? And then exactly. And it's like, oh my God, what would we do without him? Do you know what I mean? And it's so imperative we keep Saka hungry and fresh. And he definitely has to make that right side his. But what I do love, and I'm going to tell you this, not many people have actually spoken about this. I've said this in my videos as well. It's the fact that when we saw him and Martinelli play in the last few fixtures, they interchange. So Saka can start on the left. He'll be on the right in the next couple of minutes. Same with Martinelli. And this is what I love. And this is what I've always wanted us to do. We need
fluidity, my friend.
Exactly. And this is the thing with Pepe. This is why I get on Pepe's case so much, because going back to the Leeds game, the guy just couldn't cross the ball. This is before he got sent off. So when he went on the left, he didn't know what to do. He didn't know how to cut in because he was stuck. And this is what I kept saying. I'm thinking more frailties on Pepe. Like, he can't trust his right foot. Saka can trust his right foot, and he's chipping Mendy. Whether he meant it or not, I don't care. That is ridiculous. Like I said, the audacity to even try some shit like that. Even if he meant it, the audacity to try some shit like that. Who is he? Bakayo Saka. Tell you that, man. Bakayo fucking Saka, man.
Right, before you carry on, I have to give out a big shout out to the guys in the chat. For the Arsenal, Alex, love you, bros. Check out his channel. Gooner Russell got in the chat. Legend, man. Love your passionate views, man. Mark Green's in the chat. Melvs, of course, my guy. Who else is in there? Arsenal, Alex. Cheers, guys. Thanks for drop your comments in. Keep your questions coming in if you've got any. I will try and incorporate them. Smash the like button if you haven't already, and follow my amazing Gooners on their social medias, and of course myself. So yeah, guys, I'm gonna come on to the next guy. I'm gonna speak last of this guy for obvious reasons. Let's get him. I have to give him a big intro, man. Where is he? AKA Braveheart. Kieran Tierney. I'm gonna start with Ryan.
The Tesco band.
I'm gonna start with Ryan. When I talk about Kieran Tierney, I'll give a tiny bit of context, but you'll have your own views anyway. What were your initial thoughts when we signed him, and what have you made of him in particular this season?
Well, I was actually happy with him because I'll be honest, I have been diving in a little bit of Scottish football in the last number of years. So I've been looking at this guy and I've been thinking, if we get this guy, I'd like it. But you don't think Arsenal would do it because you think either United would chase him down or City, X, Y, and Z. And then we hear I'm linked. I'm like, what? No way. We have to. This can't be real. This can't be real. I'm gassed. Right? And everyone keeps saying, oh yeah, but it's the Premier League. Can it be tough? Listen, last night, as many as other performances to say, is it tough? He played in the snow. He trained in the snow. No long sleeves, no joggers like everybody else. And then he ran down that pitch and banged it in with his weaker foot. Yeah. I'm so happy with this guy's progression at Arsenal. I was a little bit disappointed at the fact that when we was playing a back three, he was sorted in and he was kind of getting exposed a little bit. And I felt a lot of fans, well, not a lot, I just felt a small minority were like, oh, I don't know now. Do you know what I mean? Because a lot of fans were gassing him up, and rightly so they should. But it's not even just the way he plays, it's his attitude, it's his mentality. And this is what I love about this guy, his attitude. From when we've heard players come out and say to Alexis Sanchez, oh, you need to turn it down a bit. We're hearing that with Kieran Tierney, the same thing as well.
Yeah, I heard that last season. Yeah.
F that, man. I don't care. You need to leave if you're going to have that mentality. You're fairy. Yeah. Forget it. Fairy liquid football. That you're fairy liquid football. You're coming out here trying to tell man to turn it down. Nah, man.
I heard that. I heard that last season. Yeah, I heard that. I did hear about it.
And this is coming from the right back who has helped him settle in. This is coming from a particular right back who's helped Kieran Tierney settle in. Oh no, turn it down a little bit. Why? Because it's going to make you look shit than you actually are. All right, cool. But anyways, yeah, like I said in the beginning of this video, I am starting a campaign on Twitter very, very shortly. Hashtag Tierney for captain. I will make that be known. No disrespect to Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, but this man, has come in with the right mentality, and he lets it be known. He's shouting. He's a
winner.
Exactly. And this is the thing. We've got David Luiz, who's actually won everything in this football game, right? And he's not really be doing that lately. He ain't really showing it. He just makes mistakes, and he has helped a few players settle in. I get that, but when he's out on the pitch, I don't see him do enough like Tierney. I feel, honestly, Tierney for captain, man. I don't know. I love this guy. This guy for me, I've said it before. I will say it again. The best frigging transfer of that summer window when we bought him in. Forget Pepe for £72 million. Forget Alone Ceballos. Forget everybody else we bought. Kieran Tierney. Listen, I have been excited about Tierney since I grew up and watched Ashley Cole. And I hate that guy now. But that's another story for another day. But Kieran Tierney for me, yeah. Forget Cleachy. Who's that? Whatever. Rubbish. Yeah. Andre Santos. Who? Forget it. Kieran Tierney. Yeah. Remember that name, KT. And I will gas him up. He deserves to be gassed up.
Yeah. 100%.
About that.
No, well said. I'll save my bit for a bit. Lewis, coming to you, mate. Same questions I asked to Ryan. So just before I come and say, here he is, man. Let me introduce the main man.
What's up, man? What's up, man?
Like P. Diddy. What's good?
What's up? I literally forgot the time. I didn't even realize the time, bro. I was there giving smoke to the Chelsea fans, bro. I didn't even clock the time.
Kesh, good to see you. I'm gonna come to Lewis. We're talking about particular players. We've gone through Bukayo Saka, Emil Smith Rowe. We're gonna talk about Kieran Tierney. Lewis, I'm gonna say the same question I asked to Ryan. Like, what was your initial thoughts when we signed him, and also what have you made of him in particular this season?
That to me,
that's to Lewis. Sorry, Kesh. I'll come to you after.
I was actually really, really pleased. I've seen him quite a few times playing for Celtic. He's come from a team that just knows how to win. He's just a natural born winner. He oozes passion. He just wants it so much more than everybody else. And you know, the fact that Bellerin's saying to turn it down, that just showed you the difference in the two fullbacks.
Thank you.
When he came, he did come injured, and you know, people do have their queries about him. He got a run of games. He was starting to, you know, get used to the Arsenal way. Got injured again, and then we came to the just after the break during the COVID. There was links reporting him to go to Leicester, and everyone's like, "Oh yeah, he's just a Championship player. We should take our money back." I was like, "No, this guy is the real deal. Wait until he gets over these injuries, and you'll see exactly why he is needed at this club, and he is putting those people to shame. He really is. And for him to have the confidence and the audacity, because I screamed the house down when I saw this guy. I was like, he really isn't going to." And then next thing you hear is blam. My man finessed it top bins. I was like, rotted. I was like, damn, Kieran Tierney right foot. That's something that you see on FIFA. That is straight out of FIFA.
You know, the thing is, when he hit it, you knew it was a goal.
Yeah, I knew it. I was just like, the way he just cut in, and I was like, "Are you gonna find a pass?" And he's like, "Nah, I'm just gonna finesse this with power." Top bins. Was like, you take a fucking bow. You deserve your time. You deserve your time. He was so good yesterday, and not only he was good going back as well and doing his job, but the way he just goes forward. I think Robinson's gonna have a few problems this season getting into that number one spot for Scotland in the Euros. It's going to be very, very close between those two.
Yeah, you make a good point. Yeah, Ryan and great point about Tierney. Kesh, I'm going to come to you, my friend, man. About Kieran Tierney. Your initial thoughts when we bought him, and what have you made of him more so this season in what you've seen?
Mate, I wanted him from like his second season breaking through in Celtic. When he came through the scene, I think them times Celtic was playing Champions League football as well. Few seasons. I think he was part of the team that beat Barca. You can tell that he's just a winner in it. Like, he's a natural born winner. It's not so much what he does on the ball that I look at. I just look at his mentality, and you can tell that he tries to lead. Like, I know a lot of people was making fun of him over the last few weeks when he's tripping over and everything, but these things happen when the team's not playing well. Like, your form goes out the window. We've seen it with Gabriel as well.
Timo Werner today, mate. So I've seen that.
So you know what I mean? Like, he's an exceptional player. Like, he's one of those players that we should be looking as a future captain. Like, he should at least be vice captain.
Yeah,
he should at least be vice captain. building up to when Aubameyang goes or you move him, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even that goal when I saw him there, like he ripped him 3 times, like beat him with pace, stop the ball dead, then drive through into the box, and then right foot finish. Like you don't see that every day from a fullback. You don't. You know what I mean? Like the person that's closest to doing something like that is Marcelo. You know what I mean? Like it's crazy. Obviously, I'm not going to hype him up too much. I see a lot of people saying he's top 5 in the world. Let's calm it down a bit. Like remember, he's what 24 now. His time will come. His time will come. But one thing I will say is,
I think he's even younger than that, Kesh, to be honest.
No, I think he's 24. I think we bought him when he's 23. I think he's 24 now. So, like, I see a lot of people say Ben Chilwell this, Ben Chilwell that. Bro, Ben Chilwell's got nothing on Tierney.
He's dead.
I'll tell you that for a fact.
Dead food.
He's got nothing on him. Nothing. Like, I've seen Tierney do mad things, like, at a consistent level. But obviously, everyone's going to jump on the old bandwagon when Arsenal's being poor. They're going to try to put their players in the mud and say they're not good. Like, I've done this on the football terrace the other day. See guys trying to put smoke on Saka. I'm thinking, don't worry.
You know what, Calder, I'm gonna touch on that because I think I might even know what you're talking about.
Yeah, man. So
23 guys.
23 still okay.
Oh man, he's been around the block though because he did break through at like 16.
At 16, that's what I'm saying. Like
younger. Yeah, now, well said. Now, let me have my piece on Tierney, man. You guys know if you see my content, even before that YouTube, to be honest with you, my thoughts on Kieran Tierney, love him. I think one of the biggest issues you got sometimes with some of the Arsenal fan base. I use the word some, it's not all. I don't know every Arsenal fan. And you've heard me talk about snobbery before about certain players being linked with this club or that join our club. And I sometimes wonder, do we watch football as fans outside of watching Arsenal? And I question some people if they actually do. Kieran Tierney's been on the Arsenal radar probably Wenger's last couple of years in charge. So that's quite a while ago now. People, you guys make great points to come up with the argument, but it's SPL, it's Celtic. You might not cut it in the Premier League. And I went on somebody else's YouTube channel before we signed him, or just when we signed him, and I said, trust me, when he gets by all the injuries, I said, trust me, this guy is ready to play in the Premier League. Even if it's not for Arsenal, if he comes to the Premier League and joins someone else, he is ready.
I thought he was Man U. That's what I thought he was going to end up.
No, because the way Arsenal were messing around the deal, but this guy's a fantastic fullback, man. I keep saying to people, when we have the sort of Hector Bellerin argument on social media for the last, I don't know, 4 or 5 years probably, Kieran Tierney is the opposite of Bellerin. He's good at both facets of the game, which Bellerin is defensively and offensively. When I did a live watch along on Colin's show yesterday, Colin Much, Scottish Colin, big up Colin. And we was laughing at some points with Tierney and Saka. They were just taking the piss. Like they were just roasting West Brom, like both flanks. But Tierney just, and I said to people, just be patient with this guy. This guy had a double hernia.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's not. You see when people say injury prone, that's not an injury. You go through that as a youth. Like even footballers, like you don't have to be a footballer to get an hernia. It's growing pain. You know what I mean? So you can't class that as a injury prone player. It's not like it's an hamstring that he keeps pulling or something. Something like that.
But no, guys, I agree with everything you said about Tierney. You saw the post I put earlier on my sort of Facebook page and Instagram and whatever. Love the guy, and then people now will see it. Now people are saying he should be captain. They weren't saying that. They weren't saying that 18 months ago. But they're the first. They're the first Arsenal fans to jump on social media. But look, Andy Robertson, from Liverpool. But you weren't saying that when he's a whole.
You weren't saying that.
I was saying that. I was saying that he's a whole, and I'm not even a Liverpool fan. But it's Tierney. Love him. He should be in the talk about captain. Should be even vice captain. That, to be honest with you, but brilliant fullback. Even when he scored the goal yesterday, you saw it in his face, man. The man looked like he's ready to kick off.
I love that. Even Ryan said it before.
Ryan, you make a good point. Sorry, bruv. You make a good point about the whole thing about putting it in. I saw that last season. Apparently, some of the Arsenal players were, how can I put it? Were kind of a bit taken aback by the way Tierney puts it in training. I'm thinking, are you guys mad?
Madman.
You should be lapping it up with this guy in your team. Are you crazy? He's a winner.
Do you know what, Albert?
Go on,
You know
Lewis.
what? Like because I used to kickball and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah.
And you're meant to train how
How
you
you
want to
play.
play on the pitch.
Yeah.
So if
Yeah.
you're just there doing dibby dabby little taps here, there, fancy
So-
flicks,
Yeah.
it's gonna become a habit,
I
and then
said
you're
that the
gonna
other
bring that
day.
onto the pitch. But if you got someone that wants to work hard first,
Yeah.
you know, build that base, and
See,
then from that base, then you can go and play the football you want in the final third. I
see,
am
that's
all for that.
see,
Go on,
that's
go
the
on.
And
thing,
that's
yeah.
what Tini's trying to say.
Yeah.
See,
Let's dig our trench first. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't go over the top and just start shooting.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
We need to dig that trench, and then from there we can build the attack wherever we want. And
100%.
I love the fact that his intensity in the training
Yeah.
is so high, and that's what we need, because we have been so soft. Even under Arsene Wenger, we have been a very soft side, and now it's slow. The trend is slowly changing. I hope there's a couple of more solid players to be put into this team, and I think we're almost there.
Yeah.
see,
No,
the
well,
thing is,
Ash, come in, mate. Go on, mate.
the thing with the way Tierney trains, you can't just turn that on and off in a game.
No.
That's why you have to start it from the training pitch. Because when you go into games, you can't just suddenly switch your mentality on. Yeah, I'm a fighter now. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't work like that. So
Yeah.
other players need to follow suit.
100%.
You know what I mean? If you train the way you want to play, and it instantly becomes a natural thing. Like the guy, if you even before yesterday, like I know he's had a few poor games, but it's not totally entirely down to his fault. That just comes down to cohesion of the team.
Thank you.
But what he is, Nigel Winterburn, he adds that consistency where he gives you a 7 every game.
Yeah, someone mentioned that in the chat. Yeah, he mentioned that about
every game. Like it doesn't change. Like, you know what I mean? So yesterday when you see him getting a 9, like he doesn't have to get a 9. You know what I mean? It's crazy, man. He's a very good player. Very.
Yeah, I'm buzzing. We got him 25. And to be honest, if Arsenal weren't pissing around before in the beginning, they probably could have got him left for less than 25.
Mate, you see, before we got him, yeah, he was being linked with Man United under Jose Mourinho for so long, but they went and got Luke Shaw instead. And when I saw that, I was like, bruv, we still got a chance to get this player. Thank God we got it. Thank God. Because when you look at it, yeah, when's the last time Arsenal's actually had a good, solid left back? We had Gail Clichy. Weren't the greatest. Couldn't even beat the first man with a cross. Then you had Gibbs, injury prone, inconsistent.
Wait. That's your not, no man. That's your not the club. That's all.
Then he went on to Andre Santos.
Oh, don't get me started.
Terrible player. So that's the way, that's the route I want to see Arsenal. That's the direction I want to see Arsenal. He's getting players. He's going to come in and do a solid job.
Yeah.
Players that's going to be consistent, and we can look at the same thing on the other side as well. Because I remember days when we had Lauren. I remember days when we had Lee Dixon. We had Sagna. Sagna was very solid.
Yeah, solid.
You know what I mean? And that's what we need to do for all 11 positions on this team. Well, I know you can't do it all in one, but moving forward, that's what we need to do.
No, well said. We'll finish on that. What I loved about Kieran Tierney, I loved his interview actually before the game went live and stuff, which is brilliant. But when he said in an interview after the game that the Arsenal players thought he's crossing the ball when he had the shot of goal, which I thought was brilliant. On a big up the guys in the chat. I see Arsenal Ross is in the chat. Please go and subscribe to your channel, my bro. Go on, Ryan. Come in, mate. Sorry.
Let me quickly say one more thing. I'm more convinced now, that you see when Reece James was dragged him down, I'm convinced Tierney was probably going to do it what he did yesterday as well. I'm convinced. I'm so convinced.
I don't know. He didn't. I don't think
the shot was on.
I don't think
he could have went for the inside point. Oh, hear me out, because look how many times inside post.
No, but if he done that, I wouldn't have taken it as the right decision, because
it
was such a tight angle.
True, but he could have done it. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, guys, I'm going to ask you just quickly, who's your man of the match yesterday, starting with Kesh?
I gave it to. I think I gave it to Tierney.
Okay, yeah, no surprise. Ryan?
You know what the answer is already.
No, I gave it to Saka, actually. I gave it to Saka. I gave it to Saka still. I didn't give it to Tierney.
Okay.
Listen, hashtag. You know what the hashtag is?
Yeah. I think you lack a player. Lewis, is even pointless asking you who you thought your man of the match was yesterday.
I'm going against the tide, man.
Yeah,
I think Lacazette worked very hard.
My
shout.
You know, he worked very hard, Lacazette, and you got to understand that he wasn't firing before the changes. He was not firing. You see, like 4 or 5 games ago, especially the second goal that come off of his shin, he would have completely missed that, right? And as a striker, when you get one goal, you're just hungry for more in it. Everything just changes. The whole field, the whole movement just changes. And I'm really happy that even though Aubameyang's not firing, Lacazette has now stepped up and he said, you know what? Don't worry, Aubameyang. Your time is coming. Let me take over. Let me try and do something just to help you out. You know, I'd be more worried if Aubameyang, because Aubameyang's been getting a lot of stick, like, oh, he doesn't offer much when he doesn't score this, that, and other. But I'd be more worried if he wasn't getting shots off, if he wasn't like on half chances. I'd be much more worried. He will get a bag full of goals very soon. It's coming.
His chances will come. His chances will come.
It's a confidence. He's never gone through his career. But no, I'll give a shout to Laka. I mean, someone made a comment before the Arsenal that it's no coincidence with us playing with a lone striker with 3 players behind them, where there's a bit more fluidity and a bit more fluidity and flexibility in the team, which does help him, to be honest with you. But yeah, guys, I want to come on to some of the fixtures. We've obviously got the FA Cup on the 9th of January against Newcastle. I want to concentrate on the next 2 league games. We've got Palace at home on the 14th of January, and we've got Newcastle at home on the 18th of January. Out of a possible 6 points, what do you think Arsenal will get, starting with Ryan?
Maybe 4. I think that Palace game is going to be too tough, man. Very difficult. The way Eze has been performing as Zaha, I mean, Eze's got to say,
He's a baller.
I said to people, Ryan, I did a podcast way back before, just at the start of the season, I think it was. And I asked the people at the time, who's the one player outside of Arsenal you're looking forward to seeing play this season? My pick was Eze. And now people started to see the goal. The way he crossed that goal yesterday, I'm thinking, no, this guy's taking a piss.
He should not been allowed to just drift in like that. I'm making sure I'm taking man out in it. Like, take one for the team.
It was too easy.
Yeah. Sorry, mate. Sorry, boy. So Ryan, saying 4. I agree with you, Ryan. 4. I would say 4 out of 6 points. I think we'll draw against Palace at home, personally speaking, and I think we'll beat Newcastle. I mean, I'm not a Newcastle fan. I don't know what you guys think quickly, but I said this on Colin's channel yesterday. I feel sorry for their fans, you know.
Yeah.
Because they're a hard watch, man.
Bruce, man.
They are a hard watch. It's true. I seriously feel for their fans. But no, Lewis, I want to come to you, mate. What do you think our realistic points return out of the next 6 will be in those 2 fixtures? So Palace at home and then Newcastle at home.
Do you know what? I know people think Newcastle's an easy game, but even that, like, it's not easy, because if Newcastle decide they want to turn up, and especially Callum Wilson, it's problems, because they tend to build everything around him. And even with Palace, I think Palace is more winnable for the fact that we're at home and we absolutely owe them one. And you know, once you stop Zaha, they haven't really got anything after that.
Yeah.
Like, they're both very, very similar teams. Yep. It could easily be 6, but I'm going to be safe and say 4.
I think 4 is realistic. I don't think that's even safe.
I actually think that's safe, and it just keeps that momentum ticking over.
Yeah, 100%. I agree. We need to carry on with the momentum. Yeah, Kesh, my man, what do you think, mate? At 6 points, what are you saying?
I agree. Like, I'm not going to get ahead of myself.
No, 100%.
Like, we have been in a terrible rot. I'm happy that we've managed to dig ourselves out of it. But going by history, over the last few years, we've struggled against the likes of Palace. So they're not going to be a walkover. You know what I mean? So hopefully we're at home, so I would expect us to go and get the win. Whether or not we do it, I don't know, but I think minimum we should be getting is 4 points minimum. The Newcastle game, they are a team. You can see, like, they played their best football this season against Liverpool.
No, I agree.
You know what I mean? So there's nothing to suggest that they can't turn up against Arsenal when we go up to play them. It's away. It's at their ground, is it?
No, we've got they're 2 home games actually.
Oh, they're both home.
Yeah, both home, mate.
Well, that game I'll be expecting us to win. Honestly,
Okay.
I'll be expecting us to win.
I agree. Now, guys, sorry, Ryan, before I come to you, guys in the chat, thank you once again. There's a lot of people in the chat. Thanks for your comments. Hit the like button if you haven't already, and you know what to do. Bullseye. Yes, Ryan, let me come to you, man.
I just think we really, really, really need to be careful with Crystal Palace, man. We haven't beaten them in a while. We have to consider the fact that our home form is not great. Okay, I think how many wins at home do we have already? The only games that come to mind is West Ham, Sheffield United, and
Chelsea.
Chelsea, that's it.
Yeah, only
that's it. 3 wins at home. I mean, it's poor. You know, we really need to turn that around. The away record, which we've been complaining about how many years now, has actually looked a lot better this season. And I know we've only lost a few away, isn't it? So, I mean, we really need to sort it out. And I just hope that the big thing for me is in these next 2 fixtures, even 3 if we want to throw the cup game in there, is how we're going to line up. Because we will see freestyler football back in the team. Kesh knows who we're talking about. Don't worry, Kesh. I told him you're already driving the train. I'm handing out the tickets. See if anyone else wants to join us. You know what I'm saying? You know what it is with this guy, 72 mil. Anyways, Willian, Louise, all these guys, I'm worried they're going to come back in the team. They will eventually come back in the sides. So it's just, that's what I'm saying. At some point, we saw Willian get about 20 minutes yesterday. So, you know, it's what do we do? And also, when Gabriel comes back, it's going to be tough for him to get back in the squad as well, because Pablo Mari, Rob Holding, been keeping it down so far. Been very impressed. So far, so good with Mari, man.
Guys, going to come on to our final point. So just looking at time, but we're doing all right so far, man. We've done well. Just a quick one. Transfers. How can I put it to you? So I'm going to start with Lewis. Realistically, who would you want to see come in January, and if so, what positions? Who's possible?
Oh boy, we definitely need to sort out our right side. It's a bit of a, I wouldn't say it's a mess, but when you look at how we are, everything's down the left, and we need something on balance the right, just to balance. Who that is, I don't know, but we need somebody. Who? Go on, let me see if I agree.
You might not agree, but we'll come to.
You're gonna say Zaha.
The thing is, I don't completely agree with that. I feel right wing is actually where Saka's long-term feature is.
Yeah,
I feel he's a lot more of a threat. He can go inside and he can go outside. I think over the left side, he's more limited to creating rather than being a goal threat. Yes, we need to add some options because we're gonna have to rotate anyway. It's a team game. It's not just a bare 11 game. You know what I mean? In terms of targets that we should be going for, I see the Buendia deal. I'm hoping that is true. In terms of the thing, in terms of the what's it called, the centre mid options or whatever. If we're gonna get, I do feel like I don't know if every Arsenal fan agree with me, but we're lacking a Partey partner.
Yes,
agree. But also lacking a Partey player to replace him when he needs a rest. So that's 2 already. And we're also lacking the option of who's playing in front of that middle double pivot. So that's 3 players in central positions that we're missing. I like the Basuma link. I think he would be a great partner for Partey. But do we not actually look into it and think they're both from Africa as a continent? Yeah. So when it comes to what's it called, the African Cup of Nations, like we would be in a dire state if we're losing both of them. So we actually need to sit back and think about these things as well, because in the long term it could come back to harm us. He's a great player, and I think it will be an amazing partnership. But I don't know. We need to actually think before we actually go and pull off a signing like that.
Yeah, right. I'm going to come to you quickly. Is any I just want to come to you quickly because I'm going to finish up with myself ending the thing. But yeah, who would you like to see come in January? In what positions, if possible, or realistically?
Oh, I have to agree with Kesh. I mean, personally, well, I think Basuma's probably more likely going to be a summer deal than now, because I can't see Brighton right now. They're struggling, isn't it? They're going to need all the help they can. They want to keep all their players. So, you know, for me, the right side, I think Saka's, that's definitely his side. Just don't bother with Pepe. Just leave him where he is, isn't it? I personally would want to get another creative midfielder just in case Emil Smith-Rowe has any problems. Do you know what I mean? In terms of injuries or anything, because like I said, he can get injured. We've seen it before. I'm just trying to think, because really and truly, I'm more on who we need to get rid of rather than bring in, because I feel there's a lot of numbers at the squad that we really need to take care of and move out. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's definitely a creative midfielder, and if we're cheeky enough to get another person, because like I said, I don't really see any in two. Maybe I could get another.
It's fine now. This thing, obviously, we have to take into consideration that we do need to get a deadwood out, but our Lewis is gone, man. Hopefully, he'll come back. But I was going to finish up. I was going to say, I was going to put a question to you guys, a simple yes or no, because it might not necessarily happen in January, but I'm going to put two names to you. If we got in Ryan, Lewis has come back. Good timing. Good timing. Good timing, mate. Yeah. I was gonna finish up, Lewis, man. I'm gonna say I'll come to all you guys. I've got like yes or no, basically. If even if it didn't happen in January, if it happened in the summer, whatever. If we got in Tariq Lamptey and Emi Buendia, would you be happy, Lewis?
Yes.
Yeah. Kesh? I think it must be on mute. I'll come to Ryan. Ryan, if for them two players, would you be happy if we got those two players, Emi Buendia and Tariq Lamptey?
Shall we sneak in Basuma as well? Then it's perfect. But yeah, I'll be happy with them. I'll be happy with them.
You know what? Right. You know what? I would, if we got Buendia and Lamptey, I'd be absolutely delighted.
I think Basuma's the cherry on the top.
Could you imagine Lamptey and Bukayo Saka on the? Oh my god, man! Be sick. But,
yes,
guys, put in the comments below what you thought of my scenario for the guys. Lamptey, Emi Buendia. I think Kesh is. I don't know if Kesh is still there or not. Kesh, if you can hear us, come back in because we're logging off, bruv. But let me go through some of the comments. Keep up the good work, Joe, my guy in the chat. Guys, thank you in the chat. Arsenal Ross, subscribe to your channel. RJ, Arsenal blog was in there. Subscribe to your channel. Rowan, my young buck gooner. Yeah, not banging out him in trouble for great. Yeah, we've got the Emil Smith Rowe.
I don't think he'll come to us even if he did.
But no, empty 100%. Make it happen. But no, guys, I want to thank the guys in the chat. Thank you for your comments and your questions. I appreciate it. Mark Green, Raw Captain, Gunnar Ross, Arsenal Ross. Who else is in there? Everyone's in there. Loads of people. But I want to thank you guys for coming on. I appreciate it. Ryan, my bro, where can the guys find you and what's your channel, mate?
My Twitter's there, RJ Wells. If you want to have debates with me, I'm very controversial as it is. My channel, Ryan Williams AFC. Support me on Instagram as well as my YouTube channel. And Albert, thanks again for having me on, man. Appreciate it.
One, Lewis, where can the guys find you, my friend?
Down there somewhere. Where is it?
Yeah, find Lewis somewhere. He's just there.
That big rectangle thing there.
Sorry. I have to run and do something quick.
It's all right. Kesh, where can the guys find you, man? Wrapping up, bro.
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter. That's on Kesh AFC04. Sometimes you can catch me over on the Football Terrace. So make sure you don't come and back the thing in the comment section, yeah, because we always have these Chelsea fans trying to get at us, yeah. We need to roll out like an army, yeah.
No, I appreciate it, guys. Thanks for coming on, guys. You can find me on Albert JTV. The Twitter handle's on the screen. There you go. Smash the like button, and once again, hashtag Albert Talks Podcast. We move to Newcastle in the FA Cup.